Another week down. And with that comes some pretty good news. So the averages that I've been getting, I've only been collecting the averages of my weight over the last 3 weeks now. I don't know why I didn't start sooner, but here we are. So first week's average was 219, pretty much on the dot. Second week's average was about 216.1. Third week's average, hold on. 219 down to, so no, it was 219 on the dot to like 217. And then from 217, we got down to 260 in terms of averages. So this is actually the fourth week's worth of average. So this week's average, we are at a total of 214.01. So that's about 2 pounds lost. And that's about the rate that I seem to be going at, 2 pounds per week. So that is nothing to scoff at. That is fucking awesome. So projected end goal, that was a big fucking bug. I don't know if you heard that, but projected end goal will probably be around 190 and at the very minimum 185. I think that's about where I will be really lean. And when I say really lean, I mean I'm going for about an 18 to 20% body fat, something like that. There is no reason for me or really anyone to drop below that ballpark of like 18% body fat, unless you are preparing for a bodybuilding show, in which case, got to get down to the single digits. That is tough. But I'm excited to be able to get to that point where I can feasibly cut down like that. But that's far in the future. That's no need to think about that yet. I'd like to keep my mind somewhere in the present. So weight is going good. The last 2 days, no video uploads. And that's simply because I was working this weekend. So work starts at 7 a.m. It's about a 30-minute drive for me to get to work. They're 12-hour shifts. So there is no me going to the gym after work, both because of time and who wants to go to the gym? Or let me rephrase that. It is a lot easier for me to mentally hype myself up for the gym in the morning before work than it is after work, after a full day's worth of exhaustion. And technically speaking, my body would be at a better condition to be able to work out because I'll be pretty well hydrated, pretty well fed, but I won't be well rested. I'll be very tired both physically and mentally. And I think that's the biggest part of it, is you could be in perfect condition. You could be fully hydrated, really well carved up. Everything is great, but you are just like physically and mentally tired. How do you expect to get a good lift? How can you expect to get a good lift if you can't hype yourself up to do it? I mean, I guarantee if you took 2 individuals, one of them who is well rested, well fed, both of them are well rested, well fed, well carb, or well hydrated. But one of them, mentally, he's not there. He is just like, I don't want to do this. Like, I'm tired. I've got a lot on my mind. I've got work projects and, my turtle's upset with me, whatever. And then you have the other guy who is fully locked in and he is hype. he just watched the entire, discography of Blood and Guts, and he is beyond hyped. Skillet's playing, he's got Monster blaring in his ear. Who do you think's gonna have a better set? Who do you think's gonna have a better lift in general? My money is on that guy. And dare I say, if one individual they've hit the trifecta, they are perfectly ready, but not mentally there. And then you have the other guy who is not super well rested, not super well hydrated, definitely not carved up, but he is mentally ready. My money's on the guy who's mentally ready to have a better lift and maybe even a better bump. Oof. But rambling aside, I am fully locked in. I am ready. I'm well rested, well carved up, and well hydrated. I think I had, I didn't even keep track today. I don't really keep track of how much I drink, but I like to think about it just to let you guys know, so you have a good gauge of where I'm at. But I'm probably somewhere around over 50 ounces of fluid in me. I had an early start today, woke up around 6 a.m., did my cardio, and then I've been running errands this entire time. But after I got home, I took a little 30-minute nap, and man, I am feeling good. We got legs today. I think I missed the point of why I was rambling in the first place. The last 2 days, just wasn't able to make it to the gym. Not very well rested. Didn't wake up in time. Whatever. I hate that. That's why I really hate my weekends where I'm working, because I know I'm going to have to miss a day or two. It fucking sucks. I don't like it. It really throws me off for the rest of the day. But regardless, we got legs today. I'm feeling good. And there will be a pose down afterward. Under the sweatpants I'm wearing some old jogging shorts that I have. So, no need for me to strip down into my boxers or anything. I am certainly not doing that on camera. The only time you'll see me in underwear is when I'm on the bodybuilding stage in posing trunks. But I think we're going to have a really good lift. And for the first time, you guys will be able to see where I'm at in terms of my legs. Now, overall, with my build, I think my legs are one of my stronger parts, just in terms of physique. I've always had bigger quads and bigger calves, simply because I've been fat my entire life. There is no better trainer than being fat for a majority of your life. I mean, look at any obese male. Look at his calves. Shit, I've seen some of them with veins popping out. They don't lift. They've never done a calf raise in their life. But man, when you're walking around all day supporting all of that weight for so long, and trust me, they are well fed. They are in good condition to build muscle. You're going to get some pretty crazy calves. So you guys will get to see a little bit of that action. My quads definitely have this size. They are very, I'd say pretty large. For my frame, they're pretty large. The only thing is, they're not super well defined yet. We're getting there. We are certainly getting there. And I can't remember the last time I've posed down with like proper lighting. So who knows? Maybe we will see some sort of quad separation today. That would be pretty fucking cool. So that's the goal. We've got hamstrings and quads, and I'll probably throw in a little bit of calf work too. But in terms of hamstrings, hamstrings are, for me, it takes nothing for me to get a really good hamstring pump. It's my quads that I'm more worried about. So we'll thrash hamstrings. It probably won't take more than like 4 or 5 sets, if that. I mean, who knows? But plan for that is probably an assorted variety of hamstring curls, be it lying, standing, or seated. And then I'll probably throw in a lighter RDL set. I can go pretty heavy with RDLs, but I don't know. Lightening the weight, like lowering the weight, um, lowering the weight and really like hanging at the bottom of the movement to get a good stretch. That feels fucking crazy. So we'll see. I'm definitely going to do it on the hamstring. I'm going to do it on the Smith machine. Just because I find that when I'm loading up any type of weight with the barbell, that hip hinge movement kind of like it always gets my lower back. It doesn't matter how light the weight is or how careful and strict I am with my form. Your body's going to try to stabilize where it can. But when you do Smith machine, you don't really need to worry about that. It's locked in. All you got to worry about is the stretch. So it's easier to bias the hamstrings. Don't do it. Don't you do it, you fucking idiot. I was at a green light and the guy in the opposing lane was trying to take a left and I just stared him down. But that's it for hamstrings. For quads, I'm going to stick with the name of the game being Bernie feel, the Bernie stuff. So, focus less on the weight, focus more on doing some moderate weight. And I'm trying to stay in that position where like every rep burns. I want to be in that position for as long as possible for every single set that I do today. So, we'll be doing a plethora of leg extensions and, we'll do some leg press too. I've been kind of liking leg press lately. There's some days where I feel like it puts a little too much pressure on my knees. So if that's the case again today, then maybe we won't. But that's the plan for now. But it is 1 o'clock on a Monday, so that's about lunchtime. So it'll either be empty or full of people who like to work out on their lunch break, which you'll never catch me doing that. Not enough time in a lunch break, and I don't know. If I don't have more than 45 minutes to lift, it's kind of a wash. It's how are you going to get a good lift in 30 minutes? I mean, you can, but I just need like 10 or 15 minutes just for warming up in general. So that takes away half that time. 15 minutes, you can do a little something if you do a lot of drop sets or whatever, but I don't prefer it. Oh man. We're getting to the gym now, so I'll catch you guys when I'm in there.
Like DUIs and stuff, it was just careless drag. It can hang you drag, run into something. They all run to the back. Yeah, pay attention. Yeah, thumbing with the radio.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course I do.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to do about it. But what was I just saying? I found out.
Okay.
Only thing is that we got a little bit of a mark on the drum side and 3 dings on the.
Okay.
That's what long.
Time for hamstring curls. Okay. Okay. Drop that. I think it's time for quads. Whew. Okay. Oh man, that was good. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that is good. I think one more of those, then move on to something. Oh. Oh my god, I'm at my brain. I think some single leg would be better. Whew.
Ball for something.
Ah, no. Okay. Think we're good for more leg extension. Okay, that's it. Ah. Oh my god. That was great. Whew. Well, let's go pose down. See how it looks. All right. Calves are done. Let's see how they look. Can't really tell if it's good in terms of lighting. But I mean, I think you guys got the good picture. Whew. I mean, yeah, that's pretty sick. But I'm gonna go sit down for a second, shower up, and I'll see you guys in the car.
It is very safe to say that I'm going to be feeling that for a couple days. Man, like even when I was standing in there showering, my legs were shaking. So that was a leg shaking, earth shattering leg day. And I didn't even do any squats. I didn't do any type of squatting movements. I think there's like a big, I'd call it a myth of you can't have a complete leg day unless you do squats, which I am pretty against. I think squats are great. They are really good for putting on size and building a fuck ton of strength. But you have to realize that it has its time and place. So for me, I'm cutting weight. So what that means is I don't have a lot of carbs in my system, i.e., I don't have a lot of energy floating around. And the amount of effort and energy that it takes to do, like, warm up 1 plate, 2 plate, maybe a quarter, warm your way up, and then do a set or two of squats, that fucking drains you. I mean, not to mention that we already did all of hamstring, so we're already we've cut our energy supply in half. So if I do like a set or two of squats, that's it. Like I will not be able to expend a good amount of energy into any follow-up sets. I won't be able to get like a really good set done after doing those squats because, man, I'm fucking zapped. There's nothing left for me to give. And it doesn't just isolate the quads. And the way that I do it, like feet are close together, just to really isolate the quads. But even still, you've got to think about all the stabilizing muscles that go on top of it. I mean, you've got your spinal erectors, your adductors, abductors, hamstrings are kind of coming into play, calves, the tibialis. Everything's kind of firing all at the same time for you to be able to balance all of that load on your back. So when you're cutting, I think you're better off doing kind of what I did, where I'm not saying what I did is perfect. It was perfect for me, but everybody has their own, niche movements and all that. But shit, leg extensions, those single leg presses that I did felt fucking great. I don't think I've ever really played around with single leg press before, so that was fucking great. What'd I do after that? Oh yeah, and then I did single leg extension, and that was all I needed. The cool thing about this video is that I think I recorded every single set, aside from like the warm up and calves afterward. But you guys got to see pretty much everything. So really fucking good leg day. I can't complain about any of that. It was genuinely perfect. That's pretty much how I want every leg day to look like. I was talking about, like at the start of this video, how I want to spend as much time in the Bernie zone as I can. And man, I fucking did it. I think it was a very good idea for me to incorporate more moderate weight. I think I've just been too concerned about putting up some like impressive numbers. Doesn't really fucking matter. Especially when you're cutting, like push yourself as hard as you can and load yourself as much as you can within reason. Like I could do the full stack on leg extension for a set of 8, whatever. But you're not really isolating the quads there, because when you're loading up so much fucking weight and you're trying to swing it around, you're not able to really stabilize yourself. Even if you don't feel it, even if you're trying not to, you're going to use that momentum on the way up. You're not going to allow yourself to get a good stretch in the negative. So you're getting something out of it, but you're not getting as much as you could. And that's the name of the game when you're on a deficit and getting a good lift in, is how can you get the most bang for your buck? You got to think about it. Payday isn't for another week. You're down to your last $50. How are you going to spread it in a way that you are satisfied across the entire week? You're well fed without going over the budget. So think about it in the sense of finances, if that's how your brain is wired. But yeah, that was fucking great. Plus I think it helped that I didn't lift these last 2 days, so I was definitely much more well rested. So everything felt really good today. I was able to like mentally lock in. I was able to really give it my all. I mean, shit, that was fucking awesome. And I looked over the footage of just the pose down and everything, and man, I think my quads look kind of impressive. Now you tell me, I mean, don't lie to me. Do you think I have chicken legs, or you think I've got a, what's the good word? Man, I can't think of the word. But, proof, I guess, that I kind of know what I'm talking about. Like, you'd never trust a guy giving out leg day advice if he had really tiny quads and really tiny, like it doesn't look like he ever does leg day. You wouldn't trust somebody like that. Hopefully, credentials, that's the word. Hopefully, pose down will serve as a valuable credential for you guys to believe what I'm saying. But enough yapping. I am gonna get home. I've got dinner plans tonight, and I have 600 calories in me so far. I've got 1,400 left for the day. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have like a very light post-workout meal, exceeding no more than like 300 calories probably, so that I can kind of be a little more generous with my portions tonight. So, yeah, gonna get home, relax for a little bit, do some errands, and we got chest day tomorrow. That's gonna be fucking exciting. Every single day that I cut, the pump gets more and more impressive. So, theoretically speaking, tomorrow's chest day will have the freakiest chest pose down to date. So, look forward to that. I know I am. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.